Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another day of the Ood Podcast, where we give you beautiful insights of NBA poetry and college. Go fuck yourself. Welcome to another episode of the Odd Podcast, where we give you daily NBA and college basketball picks, and we make you some fucking money. All right, Brian, the college guru, went 2-0 again. Started off the podcast 15-4, dog. Let's fucking go. Clap it off. Clap it off, everybody.
I try, guys. I try. I've been putting in a lot of work for you guys.
15 and 3, 15 and 3.
The college guru, baby. We're gonna start it off with our record from yesterday. You know, wasn't a money-making day, but 3-3, not bad. I mean, it's a clean. You know, you didn't make any money, you didn't lose any money. Right down the fucking middle, 0-0. You know,
Move on.
You got the boobies, 0-0, whatever. It don't fucking matter. All right, 3-3. You didn't lose any money. You didn't make any money. You know, you can look at it half full, half empty.
Yeah,
Don't
it's all about
fucking matter.
perspective in life, you know. What did you didn't lose, you didn't win money, but you won the experience. You know what I mean? And that's
Exactly.
what matters. That's what fucking matters right there. You know, you felt a tingle in your balls when those games was going on, didn't you? Eh? I know you did.
Wait, because it was close, right?
Or wait, or your clam. You know,
Oh,
if you're
you
a girl.
claim. Yeah, we don't
Guy,
most of
girl,
those
whatever.
games,
We don't
most of those games
discriminate.
ended up being close, though, right? To
Sausage
coverage,
bagel, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
like,
They were all
you-
pretty close. Rudy Gobert missed it by 1 rebound. The Hawks only lost by a couple points. The Knicks only won by a couple points. So all of them were close games. It was very, very.
Suns.
We could have easily been undefeated today, but hey, that's how it goes. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. But that's what we're here for. We're here to bounce back.
Yeah, we didn't lose, so it's fine.
We're here to bounce back. Okay. But first things first, we're gonna knock out all that energy. You know when you wake up, the first thing you do, you talk about the poop of the fucking day. And I'm gonna start it off on my side at least. My poop of the day is that fucking goof French fucking kangaroo llama looking ass jit, Rudy Gobert. This man just needed 1 rebound. He has 6 minutes to go. He needed 1 fucking rebound. This guy starts topping it up on like he's playing with some titties, slapping it in the air and shit. Grab the fucking ball. Grab the ball. I would have cast my bet if you just grabbed the ball. That's all I needed. 1 fucking rebound. And this man choked so bad. And the Timberwolves choked. They all choked. On cock. All of them. Choked hard. But it is what it is. That's the poop of the day. On my side, Brian went up 2-0, so he doesn't really have a poop of the day, but I know Steven has a poop of the day. Go ahead, Steven. Who's your poop of the day?
The Hawks. They lost to Harrison Barnes, basically. That's fucking horrible.
Yeah, like 30 points.
Yeah, that's horrible. So that's the pool of the day, bro. There's not much to say, bro. You can't lose to Harrison Barnes, bro. Like the guy, I don't even know how he's using the NBA stuff, whatever.
Poop. But that's it. We like in the morning, you know, first thing you do is you take a shit and you're like, all right, it's time to get my day started. So we're gonna start it off with some NBA picks, baby. First game of the day, Nuggets at Pacers, -3.5, going the Nuggets way. Steven, give us your pick, dog.
Taking the Pacers here plus 3.5. If you want to gamble a little more, take them on the money line. I think they probably win this game, but I'm gonna take them at 3.5. The Nuggets are third worst on the road in the ATS. The Pacers are top four as home underdogs on the ATS.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if Tyrese plays, I think they for sure win this game. But I'm gonna take the 3.5. But if he doesn't play, we'll end up picking the Jazz. Let me just say that real quick. But don't take this don't take this if he doesn't play. I don't like it.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. I like the Pacers plus 3.5. Kind of to add on to what kind of to repeat what Steven said. Pacers, one of the best home underdog teams in the league, one of the best cover teams in the league. Nuggets on the road, one of the worst cover teams in the league. And I think Nuggets coming off a big win against the Celtics and
Celtics.
Wizards. I think this is a letdown spot for them against a Pacers team that's hungry to get a win with the new trade they just made. So
And every
give
time
me
they
the
played
Pacers
them,
plus 3.5.
every time they played them at Nuggets, they've given them a
Close,
run
yeah.
for the money. Yeah.
Close game.
So,
Mm-hmm.
without
I agree.
Tyrese,
And I just think the Pacers, they move the ball a lot of man movement, a lot of ball movement. Jokic,
Fast
he's
pace.
not gonna want to move that much on defense. I see them getting a lot of easy buckets. Nuggets on the road, all the way in Indiana. I just don't think they show up for this game.
Back end of a road trip too.
Back end of a road trip, they got their 2 dubs on the road already. I think they gave this one up, and they're okay with it. I like the Pacers.
All right, baby. Well, next up we got New York Knicks at Brooklyn, or should I say Nets at New York? You know what I mean? Me personally, I think this is a home Knicks game. Nobody in New York pretty much goes for that. I've never heard anybody from New York be like, "Yo, the fucking Nets, the Nets." Everybody's a Knicks fan over there. Me personally, I'm taking the Knicks minus 2.5. I'm buying a 1.5. The original spread is -4. But I just like the Knicks in this spot. They're a really good cover team. They're 23-18 on the season. Nets are 20-20, which doesn't seem bad. But if you look at the last 10 games, the Nets are 2-8 on their record, and I think they're even worse against the spread. Knicks, ever since they made that trade, they've been on a stride. They're starting to find their groove, and I think they're becoming one of the better defensive teams in the NBA. I want to say metrics-wise, going into this, Knicks, one of the better rebounding teams. Nets, not so much. So I do like the Nets minus 2.5. Also, one more stat I wanted to bring up. Nets give up the most points per game against point guards. So if you're looking at a player prop, I do like Jalen Brunson as well. So give me the Knicks minus 2.5.
you know what the
Right.
under on that?
2.5. It's a 1.5, so it's probably around 120, 130, somewhere around there.
Yeah. No, I like the Knicks in this spot too. Like you said it earlier, Nets. Well, I don't know if you said it right now, but I know earlier in the day you did mention that the Nets are the worst team at guarding point guards. Jalen Brunson, one of the better scoring point guards in the league, and I just think he just tends to they're playing at New York, so yeah, you say it's going to be a home game. I think he takes off. Randall as well. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I think he is a nice spot for him right here. The Nets really don't have like a power forward type defender. They're all kind of like small forwards, and I think his physicality will be a lot for them. And then the Nets, I really don't like their team that much. Even though they did beat the Lakers and they were pretty close with the Clippers for a while there, I'm just not sold on them. I don't think they have enough guard play to keep up with a lot of teams.
Before the Lakers, they lost to Portland, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Steven, you have anything you want to add on?
Nah, at first I was with the Nets +4, but honestly, I think the Knicks blow them out.
All right. Well, we on to the next game of the day. Portland at OKC. Spread is minus 14.5 going OKC's way. Over under is 235. Steven, take it away, dog.
Taking the OKC here, minus 14.5. As you can see, the ATS record is 28-14. Tomorrow, they will be playing for all these games are going to be close because it's getting to that point that like every game matters at this point, especially when there's 3 teams fighting for first place. So everybody wants that home court advantage in the playoffs. So I think they come here. Last time they played the Portland, they beat them by like almost 70.
Oh, that's right.
So
won by 63.
yeah. So if you're gonna give me 15 points, they're gonna do the same shit to them. I don't see Portland even being close to this game. So
I'm
right there with you. It's a Portland team that I think they've already thrown in the towel in their season. They know they're not making the playoffs or playing. They don't really care about these games at this point. They're just trying to develop younger players that aren't good. And then on the other hand, like you said, the Thunder, they're trying to fight for a top seed. Season is getting close to, well, I think it's past halfway. It's getting close to the All-Star break. These teams want these wins, especially the easy ones. And at home, they're a really good cover team. I like it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I like what Steven said earlier too. OKC, if they win this game, they take over the first seed. So I think they're really going to want to make a statement win and take over the seeding in the West. Also, OKC, the best home cover team in the league. Portland, one of the worst cover teams on the road. So I think this is kind of a big mismatch. So I do like the 14.5.
What Brian said too, like, they're not going to give up these easy ones, bro. They're really not, dude.
No, Thunder
They're
don't play around with their
they're
food.
really
They do
disciplined.
not.
Yeah, they're really disciplined.
do
They don't overlook
They
anybody.
were there just a year ago, so
Yeah.
they're still in their eyes. They're a top dog, but in their eyes, they still see themselves as trying to prove themselves in the league. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to the classic. Oh no, never mind. Not too classic. But we got the Utah Jazz versus the Pelicans -6.5. Over unders 238. Steven, take it away, dog. Give us your pick.
Jazz at Pelicans. You guys remember Pelicans got destroyed by the Suns?
I remember.
Yeah. That's a little scary. They might want to come back home and wait. Were they at home last game?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
they
Yeah, they
lost.
were.
They
Yeah,
lost.
yeah. So they stayed at home. Whatever. They might wanna come out and prove a point here. But I think the Jazz are actually they have a 6-game road trip or something like that. They're gonna want to win eventually. They lost their last. It was against the Rockets, I believe so, and they lost by 1 point in overtime. Yeah. So I think they're gonna want to win eventually on the road just to prove it. Their ATS record is really good, 27-17. Pelicans record is good too, but 6.5 it might be a little too much. I think that's a 2-possession game, 1-possession game. I don't see it a blowout. So and
kind of to add on to this, kind of like you said, we were saying about the game earlier. Like this is a part of the season where seeding matters, and I think the Jazz are trying to fight for that playoff spot. So they might not come out here and win, but they're gonna play their ass off and they're gonna compete. And I think laying 6.5 with Pelicans might be a little too much in my eyes. So I like the Jazz too.
Yeah.
Brian?
No, I agree. I like the Jazz in this spot. Pelicans, they're a solid team, but I just think the Jazz, #1 rebounding team, which works in their favor in this game. Also, they have Walker Kessler in the paint, who's a great defensive anchor. And the Pelicans, they do like to attack the rim, especially Zion, but I don't see them having much success in this game. And a Jazz team who's been shooting the ball really good lately, and I think they put enough points to keep it close at least.
yeah.
I like it. All right, on to the next one, baby. We got the LA Lakers at Clippers, or kind of like the first game, Clippers at Lakers. Same fucking thing. Same stadium. Who gives a shit? Same city. Clippers are -8.5. My personal pick, I'm buying 2 points. I'm taking the Clippers -6.5. ATS record on the year. Lakers are 20-25. Clippers are 22-19. But one thing to take into account. Since I want to say the first 10 games, record-wise, the Clippers have the best record in the league. I want to say they're like, 24-7 right now. Against the spread, they're the best against the spread since starting off 3-7. They've just been on a hot roll. They got all the wing players that they have on their team, Kawhi, Paul George. I think they match up well against this Lakers team that's going to be missing LeBron, which I think is a huge loss. In the last 2 games they played, he was their leading scorer, and he was the only one I think in their starting 5 with a positive plus-minus. So I think without LeBron, I think it's going to be too much for the Lakers to keep up with. And I think the Clippers, one of the best 3-point shooting teams. Lakers, one of the worst 3-point shooting defenses. So I do like the Clippers here -6.5. I think they come out on a double revenge spot and try to prove a point against the Lakers without LeBron. I like the Clippers -6.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Clippers, they played with their food last time with the Lakers. I believe they were up in both of those games pretty comfortably, and then they gave up big leads. I don't think that happens this time. This time they're going to put the foot on the Lakers' neck and blow them out.
No, I think the Lakers have owned the Clippers for the last couple of years, bro. So I think this is the year that look, especially at how good the Clippers are looking right now. I think they're gonna come in and yeah, like you said, put their foot on the throat, bro. So
Like,
I like.
all right, I'm gonna go on to Brian real quick. The college guru. Real quick, before we get started on this, 15-4 since we started the Odd Podcast, undefeated the past 2 days. If you ain't taking this man picks, then what are you doing right now, dog? What are you doing? You know what I tell you? If you're not taking his picks, I'll tell you what you are doing. You ain't making money. I'll tell you that. You're missing out. So, Brian, take it away, dog. Wisconsin at Minnesota +3.5, dog.
I don't know how you don't take Brian's picks right here, but go ahead.
Which actually,
wait. Before we start, I want to get something else off, too. We got a great set of games for college basketball. So Brian's been doing his homework, dog, putting in the work. So I think this is a good day to be like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to Brian, dog. So go ahead, Brian. Take it away, dog.
Yeah, of course. Nothing's guaranteed, but yeah, I do agree. I like the games a lot for today's spot. And then starting off here, we got a Big Ten matchup with number 5 Wisconsin traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota's pretty decent at home, but I just don't like them in this spot. They're a very slow-paced team. They like to force the ball into the paint, trying to make it a grinded-out game. That plays right into Wisconsin's hand. They're 347th in tempo according to KenPom ratings, but they're the 5th most efficient offense in the country. They shoot the ball well, and they use the whole shot clock to get the best shot possible. And I think that's just gonna like kind of frustrate Minnesota a little bit. You're gonna see them making not so smart plays. They're gonna be forcing the ball and stuff like that, trying to get them out of rhythm. And then this is a Wisconsin defense that's solid on defensive efficiency. They're rated 50th in the country. They do a great job of doubling the post, which is the point of focus in Minnesota's offense. So I see that working in Wisconsin's favor as well. Wisconsin is a great free throw shooting team. They don't turn over the ball. While Minnesota is a very bad free throw shooting team. They're 303rd in the country. They're not very good at taking the ball. This game, it'll have most likely a feeling of when Iowa did beat Minnesota at Minnesota. But I think Minnesota is still slightly overrated due to early season success. But it wasn't because they were a good team. I just think it was more of a weak schedule. And even in their home victories in the conference, which I think that's why we're getting a decent number here. It wasn't against great teams. It was against Nebraska and Maryland, 2 bad road teams. So I like Wisconsin in this spot, -3.5.
No, I agree 100%. Just to double down on your thing you said, one thing I was like a key thing about this matchup, what I was telling Brian earlier that I like about Wisconsin is Minnesota likes to play through the post. They like to play through Garcia, which is their best player, their big man. Wisconsin, when it comes to playing post players, they're probably the best in the nation when it comes to that. Their double team, the way they execute that is better than anybody. They'll really frustrate you and get you to turn over the ball. And I think Wisconsin does that enough where they start building up a lead in this game. Around
Wisconsin's a very solidly coached team. They're coached very well on offense and on defense. And I agree with Brandon what he was about to say. I think Wisconsin, it's going to be a grinded out game. It's going to be close throughout most of the game, but slowly, little by little, as the game goes on, Wisconsin will gain more and more of a lead. Probably win by 7-8 points. So I like Wisconsin in this spot.
That's just how those Big Ten games go.
Yep.
All right, on to the next one. We got Texas at Oklahoma. Spread is Oklahoma -3.5. Totals 145. Brian, dog, give us your analysis. What do you think about this game?
Real quick. Who put that Texas logo like that, bro?
What's wrong with it?
It's just mad, like fucking loud. Like it's so like there's no balance in that picture, bro.
No, my bad.
You're good, bro. We give a shit.
Yeah, so right here we got a fun Big 12 matchup. It's a rivalry game. But I like Oklahoma in this spot. This is probably the most underrated team in the Big 12. They're rated 21 in KenPom rankings. A very strong defensive home team. And this rivalry is like with the rivalry game, usually that tends to favor the home team. And they're just not the home team. They're the better team. I'm not too high on this Texas team who's been a little overrated all year long. They've struggled even early in the season when they played their easier give them games. They struggled to put those teams away. This is just not the same Texas defense we're used to seeing, rated 76 in the country. And they're also not a good rebounding team. They're rated 206 in defensive rebounding. Oklahoma State is really good at crashing the glass. And I just think we're getting really good value here because Texas did beat ranked Baylor at home in their last matchup. But Oklahoma has yet to lose a home game in conference play. And I don't think Texas is the type of team that could go in there and pull off this upset. Matter of fact, I love Oklahoma at 3.5. Even if they win a close one, I like some free throws at the end to go Oklahoma's way. So 3.5, yeah. That's good value.
One thing to add on too is Texas. They lost 2 conference games on the road against UCF. Oh, I'm sorry, they lost at home against UCF, and they lost against West Virginia on the road. So
yeah,
like Brian said, I think Texas is a little overvalued. Oklahoma's a little undervalued. So I do like this line at 3.5.
Didn't they come back last game against Baylor or no?
No, they were pretty much up the whole.
It was back and forth.
Yeah, it was a close night game. It was a close game the whole time. But I think Baylor too. They're a little overrated as well. Baylor's defense is, they're not that good.
Yeah, not only that, Baylor should have won that game. To be honest, Texas was kind of getting some lucky plays, some hustle plays. I think they were just playing very hard because they needed a conference win really bad. But I think on the road against Oklahoma, you got to make tough shots and you got to play good defense. And I don't think they can do both of those things against a good Oklahoma team. But on to the next one, baby. We got TCU, the Horned Frogs, versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Oklahoma State at plus 3.5, totals 146. Brian, Dahl, do your thing, dog. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so we're staying in the Big 12 here, and I love TCU in this spot. Just like we went over the last game, Oklahoma, just like Oklahoma, they're a very underrated team in the Big 12. They should have won at Kansas. They should have won at Cincinnati. Just the ball just didn't roll their way those games, but they were the better team on both of those games. They're battle tested on the road, and they're going to an Oklahoma State team that does not play solid fundamental basketball. They're rated 322nd in turnover percentage. That plays perfectly into TCU's hand, who's not only 22nd in forcing turnovers, but they're the number one fast break team in the country. They could get points and they could get them really quick. This TCU team is very solid on both sides, on offense and on defense. They're rated 35th in the country on both sides. While Oklahoma State, they do have an average rated defense. They're okay on defense. They're 79th in the country. Their offense is what sets them back, rated at 177th. They're a bad free throw shooting team. They're okay at the 3. They're okay at the 2. But like I said, they're one of the worst turnover teams in the country. And I think we're getting great value here as people are expecting Oklahoma State to play good because they're at home. They're desperate for a win. But I just think TCU is a complete mismatch for them. And I think TCU want to prove themselves in the Big 12. They want to get the easy give 'em games, as there's not many of them. If not, there's probably the only one, the easiest game they'll have in their whole schedule in the Big 12. So I like TCU at 3.5.
I agree 100%.
Also coming off a 2-game losing streak right now.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Losing 2 tough games against Iowa State and Cincinnati. Games, honestly, they probably should have won.
Yeah.
I could see them extra motivated, extra hyped to come out and put their foot on the neck against a bad Oklahoma State team, honestly. So I do like TCU as well.
Yep.
All right. On to the next one. We got Missouri at Texas A&M. Total is 144. Brian Dahl, take it away. Do what you got to do, bro.
Yeah, so last pick of the day, we're going on over to the SEC. We got Missouri traveling to Texas A&M. This is a very hostile environment. This is a tough building to play in Texas A&M. And I know 10.5 is a lot of points for a team that doesn't have a great record in Texas A&M, but this is a complete mismatch. Missouri, a team that just lost at home by double digits. They've lost 3 of their 4 conference games by double digits. To me, the biggest factor during this game is clearly the rebounding, as Texas A&M is the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the country. They send all five guys to the board. They're great at getting loose balls. While Missouri is rated 335th in rebounding, probably the worst in the SEC, one of the worst in Power 5 conference. And I just see Texas A&M, who's already the more talented team, getting way too many extra possessions at home to just keep it a manageable game for Missouri. One thing Missouri does well is they force a lot of turnovers. They're rated 46 in the country. But Texas A&M, on the other hand, is 27th in protecting the ball. They don't turn over the ball a lot. A complete mismatch here. Maybe not record-wise, but play style-wise, I love Texas A&M in this spot at minus 10.5. I think they win easily 15, 20 points.
Yeah, you pretty much hit it spot on. Everything you said, bro. That was great analysis.
Don't look at the record because it's for a reason that spread is like that too.
Yeah, that's how they try to get you, and then they see,
Yeah, one thing I wanted to bring up too, me and Brian were talking about this game earlier, was preseason rankings. Texas A&M, before the season started, they were ranked the second best team in the SEC. I think they got off to a slow start, but they're starting to get back to it, and I think
statistically on offense, they're rated 27th in the country, but their field goal percentage is like terrible. They're one of the worst. It's 44%. Most people think like, oh, then why would you pick them? I think they're actually a very solid team. They're going to start hitting these shots. They get good quality shots play after play, and they have 2-star guards in Wade Taylor and Tyrese Radford. And I just think Texas A&M, as the year goes on, they're gonna move their way up in the SEC and try to be a force there.
I agree.
And what a game to bounce to try to make that statement, against a pretty favorable matchup.
All right, ladies and gents, yesterday's picks of the day.
Yeah.
Baby. Before I mention anything real quick. Sorry, Brian.
You're good.
Just look at the records real quick. What do you guys see? What do you guys see? I'll tell you what I see. I see fucking money, all right? plus 1 unit on me, plus 1 unit on Steven, plus 3 units on Brian. That's a total of plus 5 units, baby. If you ain't taking the picks of the day, then what are you doing, dog? So if you ain't taking the picks of the day, then what are you doing, dog? Time to make some money. Brian, tell us about your pick of the day, dog. What do you think?
So yesterday's pick of the day was North Carolina. A game win exactly as how we planned it. North Carolina, a very elite defensive team. They held Wake. It was a pretty close game in the first half. Got a little nervous, not gonna lie, but Wake Forest was making some tough, uncharacteristic shots. North Carolina was missing a lot of open shots. That completely changed in the second half. Wake Forest got locked on. I believe they scored under 25 points in the second half. North Carolina put up almost 50 points in the second half. They blew out the game. They won by 20 plus points at home. So we covered that pick of the day. So
no, I agree 100%. But at halftime, Brian calls me and he's like, "Bro, I don't know about this game, bro. I don't know." I'm like, "Dude, they're gonna fucking cover, bro. That UNC team is too good. Honestly, I think they're arguably the best team in the nation, easily the best team in the ACC." And I just thought at halftime, I'm like, Wake Forest is not going to keep making those shots. UNC is going to go on a run, and they're going to put this game away, which that's exactly what they did. But go ahead, Steven.
Wait, real quick.
Pick of the day, though.
Come March, the UNC is probably going to be really underrated, huh?
No, they'll be on 1 seed. They'll be on, especially if they win the ACC tourney. They'll be on 1 seed.
Yeah.
All right. Cavs money line. That was the easiest pick. Honestly, I didn't even sweat that. I literally stopped watching after the first quarter. I was like, that's it, it's over, bro.
We're about
that game was a blowout from the jump.
It was 38-19 at the end of the first, bro. That game was over.
Cavs are the hottest team right now.
Cavs are a good team to spread wise. They're covering every game, dude.
They've covered like 6-7 straight games, I think. Something crazy like that.
Bro, I think we've taken them on pick of the day every time they've played since we started the show. Somebody's taking
I think so.
Yeah,
you're right.
They're playing too good right now, bro. And if you give me them at 116, bro, I'm gonna take them. I really can't wait. I want to know what their next game is, but whatever.
Also, real quick, kind of like I say, like that's why you gotta tune into the podcast. We were given a great insight on that game by Steven and all of us. How we were saying just matchup wise, Cavs they really locked down that paint, and Magic are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. So I thought that was one of the easier bets of the day just because of that. Magic struggle to score, and Cavs they don't. So and that was literally a result of the game.
Yeah,
38-19 in the first quarter, some crazy shit like that. That's literally one team just shooting it, moving it, fluid on offense, and then just locking them down on the other side.
Held them under 100 points.
Yeah.
By one.
All right. We on to my fucking pick of the day. Rudy Gobert, dog. Sorry, look, we win some, we lose some. We're still +1 on the units. We're gonna bounce back tomorrow with a clean slate. Rudy Gobert, man. All I needed was one more rebound. He was at 11. All I needed was 12. And he starts tapping the balls like he's playing with his girlfriend's tits, and like it's like a hot fucking sweaty ball sack, and he doesn't want to touch it or whatever. Whatever it is, man. This man came to, I don't know. It was just one of those games. And also the Hornets they're making tough shots. I really thought that was honestly, I really like that as my pick of the day. But sometimes even the ones you really like, even the ones you put time to, and you look at the analytics, sometimes it doesn't fall through, and that's just the way it is. But we're gonna bounce back. We got this.
It's crazy.
We got this.
Because if they were to play the Hornets tomorrow, he'll easily get 12 rebounds, bro.
Oh, easy, bro. Easy money.
All right. Keep it going.
All right, on to today's pick of the day. Before we start off, dog, we going 3-0. Okay, we're going 3-0. So you better tune in, place these bets, and cash out and make some fucking money. All right, let's get right to it, baby. We starting off with Brian's pick of the day. Go ahead, Brian. Take it away.
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys noticed. Oh, we forgot.
All right, starting off, we're going with Brian's pick. Take it away, dog.
So my pick of the day is going to be TCU -3.5. I'm sure when you guys heard me explaining it before, TCU, #1 fast break team in the country, number 22 in forcing turnovers. On the other hand, Oklahoma State is, I believe, 322nd in turnover percentage. They turn over the ball a lot. They don't take a lot of good shots. Their defense is decent, but this is a very explosive and really good TCU offense who can put points and put them up really quick. I don't think Oklahoma State could keep up. We're getting good value because people are expecting Oklahoma State to cover on the road. I mean, to cover at home finally for once, but I just don't see it in this spot. I don't like the spot for them. Give me TCU.
All right. Steven, take it away, dog.
like I said before, taking the Pacers plus 3.5. The Nuggets have the third worst record, the third worst ATS record on the road. Even if, like, let's just say, hopefully, knock on wood, if the Pacers don't end up covering this game, you still gotta go with the Pacers just because of the ATS, bro. Like, it's just, you just have to.
Yeah, numbers don't lie, bro.
Yeah,
So
like,
numbers, you know.
yeah. So, third worst record on the ATS on the road, and then the Pacers, obviously, one of the best teams to cover on the season. So
Yeah, and especially as home underdogs, I think they were the best.
yeah, remember, keep this in mind. If Tyrese doesn't play, taking
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Even if Tyrese doesn't play, I think that line changes, and I still like the Pacers, bro.
Me too.
how much does it change though?
At least 4 points.
7.5.
Yeah, I still take them at 7.5.
Yeah, me too. They have a lot of underrated guards, bro.
It's Pascal. Siakam's playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Siakam, they got Benedict Mathurin, they got Buddy Hield, they got Andrew
play hard.
Nembhard, who's decent.
Yeah, you know what? Even if Tyrese doesn't play, take that spread, whatever. But the money line does seem nice though. But that's up to you guys. If you want to sprinkle something on it, but yeah, go ahead.
All right, on to my pick of the day is the Clippers minus 6.5 against the Lakers. Just to double down on what I said earlier. LeBron's not playing. Past 2 games they lost against past 2 games they beat the Clippers with LeBron in there as their best player. Only player with a positive rating. And yeah, I just like the Clippers here. I think the double revenge spot, they're starting to get a groove on. They're one of the best teams ever since they acquired James Harden. Yeah, I like the Clippers minus 6.5. One of the best 3-point shooting teams, and Lakers one of the worst teams against defending the 3-point line. So I like the Clippers here minus 6.5, double revenge spot. Get the dub.
6.5 is not even that much again with the Clippers, bro. Easy to
No,
knock
it's
down
not.
2 threes and call it a day.
Not even that. I just think the Lakers severely undermanned without LeBron.
Yeah.
But on to the next slide, baby. All right, that's pretty much it. There is no fucking next slide. So you know what? Go fuck yourself. But real quick, before I want to say anything, I want to just give a token of appreciation, to all the people that have been messaging us, to all the people that have been thanking us and asking for insight on the picks. I really appreciate it. We're out here working hard, grinding every day. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But for real, though, we're really out here trying to get you guys to believe in us and follow us, and so that we can make you guys some money in return. Steven every day putting in picks, calling us every day, texting. You know, we're always asking each other questions for insight and stuff like that. And we're all out here just working hard for you guys. All right, so I just want you guys to know that, okay? And we appreciate the fucking love, you know?
Amen, brother.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let me tell you something. Go ahead, Steven. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. We have gotten a lot of messages that, like, at least, like, on my own, like, thing, on my own page, honestly, like, I have gotten a lot of messages. I'm actually a little not shook. I don't want to say shook because, like, you know, you kind of expect it sometimes. Not really, but whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's been nice, bro. It's been really nice to, like, actually know people are actually supporting us, bro.
Feels
No,
rewarding.
for real. Amen. But let me tell you something, you know, whoever's out there, you're having a tough day, you're having a hard time. You know, I think Brian has some words to say, though. So go ahead, Brian. Take it away, though. Steven, cue the music, baby. Oye, cue music, bro. Ellos están esperando, bro. Ellos no tienen todo el día. Ahora mismo ellos están
Bro,
en break, bro. Están en break.
I thought it was playing.
Ahora mismo ellos están en break. Oye, ya me tengo que ir a trabajar, bro. Pinga. All right, ladies. Listen, I understand, you know, life is hard. If you're out there on your break right now, sitting on the toilet, taking a shit on your phone, watching this video, whatever the case may be, and you're out there thinking, damn, man, life is hard right now. You know, Brian has some things he wants to say, some words of encouragement, dog. Brian, take it away, dog. Steven, cue the music, man. Let's do it. Let's go. Dog.
Yeah. Life gets hard, dog. It's real fucking hard. Pause.
Pause.
But you gotta fucking work for what you want in this life. All right? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough. But that's what fucking makes it worth it. All right? Yeah, we're grinding out these games. We're getting these fucking dubs. We're doing good. But you think that's all it's about? Huh? When you're at the top, you fucking get comfortable and you give up. Fuck that. You keep going. You keep going. All right? It's about getting better every fucking day. The Hog Podcast, baby. You listen to that shit, you'll
Let's
be
go,
a better
man.
man.
Let's go, man. Steven, any words you want to add on to that?
Nah, thank you for everybody for supporting us. I hope you keep riding with us and have a good day.
Let's go, baby. Have a good fucking day. We gonna cash out. We gonna go undefeated. We gonna make you guys some fucking money, and we gonna fucking be the best, baby. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to brush your mouth. Don't forget to wipe your ass. Don't forget to kiss your mom. Go fuck yourselves. Take it easy. Yeah, I know exactly what the fuck you guys were thinking. You thought this was done? You thought we were finished? But we coming back better than ever, baby.
You want to know why? We're never finished. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over! Motherfucker!
Let's fucking go, man. The Hog
Let's
Podcast.
fucking go, man.
Take it easy.